Hello. So in the last video we talked a bit about the modifications to the interpolate node. We introduced some parting by texture, and now we're gonna talk about the adjustments to the clump node with some extra twist factor. So what is the twist doing? We have, where's my viewer node? Up there. Okay, this is basically right now what a twist node is doing. And we can either all the same strength or per clump a random different strength. And obviously the twist amount, we can adjust it there. Okay, so let's dive into it. Let's grab a fresh clump node, which is this one here. Has no twist. We have right now a shape of 0.5. Maybe let's go down to 0.2 just to make it better visually. Okay, so go back to this one. It's the main. Let's make some space first, but we're gonna do another set position node. Let's bring this over as well. And let's create set position and put it straight in a frame, and we call the frame twist control. Okay, what is twisting doing exactly? So basically we have our guide curve here, and the interpolated hairs are just going like this. What we want, that the hairs from root to tip, they travel around the guide curve like this. And this we can achieve with a vector rotate, because we're rotating the position vector of the interpolated hair or clumped hair. We rotate the vector, the position around the guide curve. Let's create a vector rotate. Plug it in there. Put it straight to position. And yeah, maybe let's wait with that. Okay, what vector do we want to rotate? We say we want to rotate the position vector of each hair. Then the center is going to be where along the guide curve it is right now. If it makes sense. So can you see the guide curves? No, I can't. The guide curve is right in the middle right now, so this is going to be the center of rotation. So it rotates around this. So luckily on the clump node, we have everything we need in this node. So a sample curve gives us all information. So the position is where along, where to the guide curve it is. So if you grab the position and bring it over and plug this into the center. Aye, damn it. Okay, now what? Let me reroute here now. Actually, reroute. Okay, so we need the position. Plug in already. And we also need the tangent for later. So let's bring this over here. Okay, so position was on the top, we put it into the center. Let's visualize it. And the axis, this is now the amount of twisting. This ray is working, but however, it's twisting just straight down the z axis, because we have here the axis of 1. What we want is the tangent of the curve. Let's say here's the guide curve. Tangent is parallel to each point. So this is going to be the axis which it rotates around then, instead of just rotating around the z axis. So we plug the tangent into the axis, and this now should be already working. Yeah. So now already like all the hairs are twisting around. Okay, so now we just wanna keep the root into place and just the tips are twisting. If we do a spline parameter, which should be the first choice, and plug this into the factor and give it here, let's say a math and a multiply. So now we can adjust the twisting and the root stays in place. However, if we have, for example, let me quickly disable this one. There's no cut. I want a cut function. We got a really short one. It's gonna be twisting just as much as the long ones and overshoot quite quickly. So maybe instead of the factor, we use the length. So short hairs get less twist than long hairs. You plug this one in here. This right now is working a lot nicer. So the longer the hair, the more twist it gets, and the shorter, the less twist it gets. Okay, so these are the basics done really. Let's expose everything into our group input. Okay, so we want a new input and we call it twist. Let's bring it offset. Where did I put another one? Underneath shape. Let's put it there as well now. So put underneath shape. And we call it twist. Okay, so here we plug the value of the multiplier. And the default is 0, which is fine. Then we have another one which is random per clump. So let's do another one. And let's call it twist random. Okay, where do we get the clump information? This is living in the group index, so it's a called group index, clump index, guide index. That's the one we want. Okay, so, but it's in the group input already, which just makes it even easier. We have the guide index here. Where's my viewer node? All over there. Again, if we do with a white noise, typical. So now we have a different ID per clump guide. So with this now we can just multiply on top with the white noise again. And now we have a different clump per ID. Let me just set some value here. Let's say twist like this. So if we disconnect this one, or mute it, all the clumps have the same amount. And with the enabled, some are stronger and some like this has almost nothing at all. Okay, but we wanna be able to dial the randomness in or out. So we do a mix. We can keep it on float. We put this one into the B and multiply of 1 into the A. So if you plug this into the multiply, and this is now our random control. So we plug this into our twist random. Cool, so we almost got it all. And now we just need an overall multiplier. Let's put this in. If you wanna outside the group do a mask on it, or based on randomness, maybe give each a random amount. So we do another input here. Input, we call it twist factor. The twist factor, what are the other ones called? Yeah, factor is good. Okay, this is now at the very end. We do with another mix node. We plug this into B, which is a factor of 1, and a factor of 0 if this is set to 0. So we put this into anger. Okay, now we have no twist at all, and we introduce some more twist. Okay, so this is our twist factor. Let's put it there. And boom. So, jump back out. Maybe twist factor we do it to a default of 1, since if enable twist you probably want to see it. Twist random, let's see if it is 0. Let's do from 0 to 1. Twist factor 0 to 1. Okay, so twist factor is 1. We have our random. Let's make it a slider. Let's make it subtype factor and twist random subtype factor. So now there should be a slider. Yeah, it's nicer. Yeah, so we got this now implemented as well. This at least is non-destructive compared to here where we removed or replaced pop-up texture. And in the next video, let's go over the last remaining node group, which is going to be the create guide index map, which again allows to adjust your guides more freely. And okie doke, see you then. Bye bye.